Hello, I'm Dr. Ross Walker and welcome to the checkup. Hello, Dr. Ross Walker and welcome to the checkup. I want to talk to you today about probably one of the most disabling, horrible conditions around our world, and that's, of course, dementia. And people throw the terms dementia and Alzheimer's disease around like they're the same thing. Well, the point is, all Alzheimer's disease is dementia, but not all dementia is Alzheimer's disease. So dementia is the blanket term for the chronic loss of functional nerve cells in your central nervous system, which is manifest typically by problems with memory, problems with thinking, and problems with behavior. Now, Alzheimer's disease is the commonest form of dementia. It's probably about 60% of dementia, and I'll talk more about that specifically in a checkup soon. Following on that, pretty closely following that, is what we call vascular dementia. So people who've had recurrent strokes, even they can be small strokes or even recurrent large strokes, or if they have severe fat buildup in their arteries going up into their brain, they can certainly get a chronic dementing process as a consequence of vascular dementia. Then there's the well-known Parkinson's disease that is often also associated with dementia. There's another thing called Lewy body dementia, which is a very specific form of dementia that has certain features that Alzheimer's disease doesn't have. There's also frontotemporal dementia, which is also called Niemann-Pick's disease. Then there's recurrent or chronic traumatic encephalopathy. People who've had recurrent head injuries. And we're seeing this with a lot of sportsmen these days. We certainly saw it with the great boxer Muhammad Ali, had chronic traumatic encephalopathy because of recurrent blows to the skull. And that's certainly not something you want. A very, very common cause of dementia. And many people are falsely labeled with Alzheimer's disease when they have some sort of toxic exposure, such as alcohol or illegal drugs. That can certainly cause a dementing process as well. And apart from that, there's some rarer causes, such as a thing called Huntington's disease. There's some infections that can cause a chronic dementing process. In the old days, when this was very common, syphilis could do it. We've heard of mad cow disease, otherwise Jakob-Creutzfeldt disease, which is the same thing as mad cow disease. And there are some other very rare causes, which I won't go into. And there are some mimickers of dementia as well. So some people with a severe B12 deficiency that hasn't been checked for, a very severe underactive thyroid, some electrolyte abnormalities, which can also cause this as well. And other just generalized infections may make people seem like they're very, very confused. But the point about dementia is that if you have features of dementia, it's really important to make a diagnosis because there are specific treatments for specific conditions. And I believe we are edging closer for a highly effective treatment for things like Alzheimer's disease. That's the checkup. We'll talk to you next week.